everybody, Daniel Johnson from the Venza Dutch office, welcoming you to another reaction video. You're here for raw reactions from industry folks. We're going to find out what they have to say, but before we do, as always, I forgot to mention my buddy Sean Shields from the Roswell office. Sean, waving to the good people. Good to have you, Sean, running the show. So before we get the raw reactions, let's find out who's in the hot seat. Why don't we start with you, Michael? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Michael, the founder and the CEO of dailypoint. And yeah, if you want to know why our core invested in us, just go on dailypoint.com and figure out what the dailypoint data management platform is.
Fantastic. That is a cliffhanger. Just causing people, I got to find out more what that guy's talking about. Gayle, tell us about yourself.
I'm Gayle Edwards. I'm the Managing Director of Professional Accounting Solutions, or PAS. We configure, deploy, and support financial solutions to hospitality clients around the globe. So all the bean counters are my friends.
Good to have you. The bean, you got to count the beans. Important people, right? You got to have a clever accountant and a forgiving priest in life. Isn't that what you need?
That's true.
Very great. So we are glad to have you. Now, you guys know how you guys have done this before, so you know how this works. Sean is going to share something on his screen, and we're going to get your reaction. All right. It's our go-to. We love the articles at Skip. So this unruly air passengers are still unruly. This article about the various fines that people can be levied against them because of unruly behavior, loud, obnoxious, harassing, non-mask wearing, you name it, all kinds of bad behaviors. Well, my question to you is, did we think that bad behaviors would be diminished because of COVID, or are they going to be, are we going to be back to just the same old behaviors that we had pre-pandemic? Do you get what I mean? I mean, did we think that people were going to be kind of like, oh man, we should really wash our hands more, we should, do some of these basic things, or is it just like it's going to be back? Is the new normal really? It's just the same old stuff when we get out of it. I mean, what do you think, Gayle? You're shaking. What do you think, Gayle?
I think when it was a new thing, right? Everybody was on board, but I think human nature is really kind of is always going to rule, right? And so you might, it takes a lot of work to learn a new behavior. And it's interesting that it was a flight article. I was actually on a flight recently where somebody was trying to board without a mask and they wouldn't let him on, and it ensued this argument, and there was a delayed flight, and then everybody on board was crabby because this one person wasn't, following the rules, and it wasn't any different than it was 3 years ago. So I don't think that the pandemic is really going to long-term change human behavior. It's just not.
Well,
Michael.
Well, I'm not so sure.
You share that opinion, or?
No, not really. Maybe in the US that's the case. I think in the US the people are more relaxed. Freedom is much more important. But for instance, in Europe, where the people are totally scared and crazy about COVID, but here it will stay. Maybe not forever, but at least for the next couple of years, the people are very, very, how can I say, frustrated about and scared about the situation. And it's a really complete different picture. I traveled from the US yesterday. We spent there 3 months, and now here in Europe, it's a really different picture.
Yeah, I can attest to that. A few weeks ago, I came from the Netherlands. I'm here in the U.S. right now for some work and personal things, and it is a different picture. Yeah, maybe in some pockets of the world there'll be a long-term changes, and others maybe not.
I just think people who are prone to try and exclude themselves from the rules, it doesn't really matter what the factor is. That particular flight I was on was actually coming out of Charles de Gaulle a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And but to your point, it was an American who was fighting the rules and didn't want to do it. So not me.
and naughty people. I mean, I was just looking for my mask. I don't know where, but I've often thought, well, you know what, if I'm feeling a little under the weather in the future, well, once COVID is well hopefully in the past, if I'm feeling under weather or I've got a little bit of a sinus infection, will I wear a mask in order to protect those around me? Because that's and I'd like to think that maybe I would be that considerate, but maybe I wouldn't. I'll just be a bad boy again and not think about my neighbors. I don't know. Sean, you're nodding. What do you think?
Well, I had that same situation and thought to myself, I am not going into work and sit here and let everybody think I've got something worse than a sinus infection. Like I felt that societal pressure of like, thanks Shields, thanks for bringing in the Petri dish, to the office. We really appreciate that. So I think it's top of mind, not only just for manners, but just being considerate. I think employers are going to do the same thing. They may be more like, don't come in, please don't come in, stay home, work from home. You've been doing it, go ahead and do it today because you're sick.
Could be that the unruly people are going to be unruly regardless, right? This is the bad apples, this is the knucklehead. You're going to have knuckleheads no matter what. But maybe the rest of us are maybe shifting a little bit toward a little more considerate behaviors when it comes to hygiene and stuff. Maybe. We can be hopeful.
So. We can hope so.
John Shields has got a shield. His name is Shields. He wears the shield. That's look at that. Well, thank you both for taking time out, and thank you for everyone letting us work through this stuff. But great seeing you, Gayle and Michael. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching another reaction video.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.